We are back for Druid cards today of the Ashes of Outland. So first off, we got Bog of Bheem, a 3-cost Druid card that deals 3 damage to a minion, and it costs 0 if you have at least 7 mana crystals. Honestly, overall, I think just a pretty good card, because 3 to deal 3 isn't great, but then if you just have at least 7 mana crystals, it's free. So I don't know if they're trying to go for like a ramp druid again, if they're trying to bring that back, but I actually really like this card. I actually think it's pretty solid, because really it's just like, hey, late game, it's free. So I'll give this like a 6 out of 10. I think that seems pretty fair, because it's pretty strong. You're not going to use it early. Most likely. If you have to use it, you might, but most likely most people are just going to kind of hang on to it for that late game, so it's free. I don't know if this opens up more of like a Malagos build maybe, though, to get some free damage, free extra damage on a minion. So Malagos can for sure stay out there, and then you deal damage to other stuff, but not sure. But I will stay a 6. Fungal Fortunes, 2-cost Druid spell. Druid spell. Draw 3 cards, discard any minions drawn. So this is going for obviously more of a spell druid, or like it could be a token druid that just really has like spells mostly, but that might be a little tougher to make. But I think it could very much be possible, a like spell token druid. I like it. So it's cheap. It's very similar to Book of Specters. I'm gonna go for 6 again. Another 6 out of 10. I think this card's relatively strong. 2 cost, draw 3, good. And with a downside that I think you can very much, that you could avoid if you're making like a spell type deck. So maybe like a token spell druid or something, but we shall see. Imprisoned Satry, I think. 3 cost, 3/3 druid demon. It's dormant for 2 turns when you play it, and then when it awakens, it reduces the cost of a random minion in your hand by 5. So that could be good for, once again, Malagos, as I mentioned earlier. Strong, good reduce. So technically you're like playing this for, I guess technically you're playing this for like -2 for a 3/3, which if you put it like that, it sounds absolutely incredible. The best card ever that you'll ever see. Absolutely amazing. Oh boy, put it in every druid deck. But I think it's still very situational. With I think it could go more into like a combo druid. Maybe Malagos druid will come back because of all this reducing and ramping and free spells and stuff like that. So maybe Malagos druid will come back. I'm not sure. With all this stuff that I've been seeing for druid, I honestly do think Malagos druid could be a thing that maybe comes back. Might still be a little weak, but I could maybe see it. There's a possibility. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 for this one. Ironbark. 2 cost, give a minion +1/+3 and taunt. It's free if you got at least 7 mana crystals. Another card that could... this card could maybe go more into like the token druid again, but not really. I'm not really seeing a specific thing to put this in, but overall it's not like a horrible card. You could probably play this for 2 and it won't even feel that bad. Otherwise, if you play it for free, it feels great. So, I'm going to go for a solid 6 again for this one. Druid, I'm just seeing some pretty strong cards, honestly. Overgrowth, 4 cost spell, gain 2 empty mana crystals. So really, we are Very much looking at those overdraws or the overdraw. We're bringing Mill Druid back. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing here is we're bringing back that Ramp Druid. That's what I meant to say. So Ramp Druid, this very much is looking in that direction of Ramp Druid again. So 100% better than Wild Growth. For one more, you get an extra empty mana crystal. So just Overgrowth, I think, is very good. I don't know what the interaction will be when you're at 10 mana crystals if you play this. If you're going to draw one card, or if it's going to allow you to draw 2 cards. I'm not sure. I'm going to guess it's going to be 1, but I haven't looked into it. I haven't seen it played. I haven't played any of the new cards yet, so this is still relatively not knowing what's going on with the meta of this right now. Mostly also because I play Wild. I think it could be a good, just a decent throw-in for a deck if you need something, I guess. Probably not really like a ramp. Probably not Malagos. Probably not Token. I just don't know where this fits though. But overall, it's not bad. I'm gonna go with 5 on this one. 5 out of 10. Marche Hydra, 7 cost 7/7 with Rush, and it's a Druid Beast. After this attacks, add a random 8 cost minion to your hand. So basically, this encourages that ramping again, and the more times you're able to get attacks off with this, the more value you're going to get out of it. And 8 costs you're easily going to be able to play, since you've ramped up to that point already. And you're probably ahead in the mana curve anyway at this point. Hopefully. At least that's probably the plan. So this is probably looking towards Ramp Druid again. But I don't necessarily see that there's enough support for a ramp type Druid. So I'm going to go for the 5 out of 10 again. Germation, which just sounds weird. 5 cost Druid spell. You summon a copy of a friendly minion. You give the copy taunt. Simple. Can be great on big minions. That's about it. Toka Druid, it's trash. It's absolutely terrible in Toka Druid. Ramp Druid, it would probably be fine. Malagos Druid, get another Malagos. There you go. But still, I don't really see this terribly competitive or terribly good in any type of meta deck. It just seems okay. It just seems kind of good value, but value Druid isn't really a thing. So I mean, overall, it's an okay card. It does okay, I guess. So I will go with a 4 out of 10 because it's okay. Gloomflies Swarm. I actually don't even remember this card. 5 cost Druid spell. Summon a 2/2 Glowfly for each spell in your hand. Okay, so this is more like maybe the Malagos Druid again? Probably not. Because Malagos Druid is more focused on dealing a lot of damage quickly. Or on one turn, OTKing. Probably. Or if, maybe. This isn't necessarily great. It could be absolutely terrible. This is terrible to top deck, first off. I think for this one, I'm actually going to go with like a 3. Because I don't think it's very good. It's quite, let me put this like this. Bad. It's very bad. So, I think we're just going to move on to the next one. With this, sad little, I don't even know what that is. Like a freaking germ thing. I don't even know. Okay, we're into the legendaries now. So 9 cost 5/5. Ysel Wind Singer. Druid minion. Your spells cost 1. This is another big card that I think would kind of work on Malagos Druid. But it does hurt those cards that are like, hey, if you got at least 7 mana crystals, it's free. Instead, it's like, hey, if you got 7 mana crystals, now it's not free. Now it costs 1 because of this person. But this could very much help like a Malagos Druid for an OTK. You got those 2 Scythe dudes to bring down the cost of this, and Malagos is probably the plan. You've got, what other, is there any other reduced stuff? There might be some other reduced stuff. You got Overgrowth to kind of maybe ramp up, but probably not put that in there. You've got the Moon Strikes or whatever, the zero cost deal one. You got the Moon Strikes as always because that's like a classic card. So you got this lady. You can do this to make another Malagos because it only costs 1. So maybe this card is better. You know what? I'm gonna put this at 6 now. This one's a 6 out of 10. Now that I think about it a bit more. You get this. You get a Malagos down. You make... Oh, wrong way. You make 2 copies of Malagos. So you got 15 spell damage. You do 2 Moon Fires. That's what it's called. 2 Moon Fires and they're dead. That is the plan. And then anything else you have in the deck is more to try to keep you alive. Or if you got some other stuff to hopefully deal damage. Or some other reduce cost stuff, maybe. So with her right here, I'm going to go with a 7. 7 out of 10. Because it's very strong. It kind of sets up... It can set up cool combos to do. And just, you can have some fun with her. Last legendary, though. Arc Spore Missionfin. 3 cost 3/4 Druid legendary with Taunt. And Death Rattle. Shuffle Mission Fin Prime into your deck. With Mission Fin Prime is a 10 cost 9/9 legendary with Taunt that you get to either summon a 9/9 Fungal Giant with Taunt, or it can have Rush. So basically, you get 10 cost, 18 worth of stats, which 9/9 of that being Taunt, and the other 9/9 either being more Taunt, or that 9/9 can be Rush. It's a bit slow, but oh my goodness, it's got power. I think that is one of the strongest 10 cost I have seen. I think this is very much looking for that ramp druid type of energy again in this card here, which it for sure has that big druid minions vibe for sure. I'm gonna go with like a solid 7 again because I think it is just strong, and you could put it in like most druid decks and you'll be okay. You can probably put this in the Malagos Druid just for like control if you need to, because then you've got that 9/9 taunt to kind of protect yourself, and then the rush to maybe deal with something on the board that you wanted to get rid of. Otherwise, if you just want to be extra protective, you could just play that other one as a taunt as well. This also combos really well with the untapped potential, because then you get a 9/9 with taunt, and then a 9/9 with taunt and rush, which is really good. That is going to be the end of the druid cards. Next time I will finally do what probably a lot of people have already done, is talk about finally the newest classes, new cards with Demon Hunter. So, I will see you for Ashes of Outland. Blah, 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 blah. Ashes of Outland. Demon Hunter cards.